Okay, everyone. We got the final battle. We got the final plot. All right. Everything's done and wrapped up. All right. Oh, man. Don't got a lot of time. All right. Quick. Let's go over everything that needs to happen now. And that's it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 67 of Digimon Ghost Game, the Devourer of All. If you've seen every episode before, we know we go very in-depth into these episodes. If you're averse to spoilers, you may wish to leave and come back at a later time. I don't know if it's a spoiler at this point that this is the finale episode. Yeah. We weren't sure at first, but it sure seems that...
There's no preview for next episode.
So, yes, I am fairly confident that it is true. This is the end.
And supposedly there's something else playing in this slot.
In Japan and on the channels, so... Yeah. So, welcome. And it begins with... The intro is slightly different.
Yes.
Regulusmon makes it in there for his 2 seconds at most of flashing in. So they at least put that much effort to put it in for the one episode. Okay. And we pick up right where we left off.
Yes.
With Siriusmon floating there and Regulusmon just laughing about it. He seems very joyed to see this. Maybe even finds it amusing that he could possibly, try to stop him or something.
And we cut
into a maniacal laugh. Yes. Yes, and we cut over to Gamamon.
Yep.
Even though he's still Siriusmon outside, now it's kind of grayscaled, and Gamamon's in Kyo's dorm room.
Yep, Jellymon's there as well.
And he's turned around like he seems confused as why he's there, as are all of us.
Yes.
And we hear the door open, and Hiro comes walking in. And he's like, Hiro! And goes to, fly up, and he would pretty much gore him the way he does dive at him usually. But we don't go into that, apparently. But as he goes to make contact with him, he turns into pure white and disappears.
Smoke.
Misty goose smoke kind of deal. He turns and looks at the other two. They also disappear into smoke. And then we cut over to the
dome of wherever they are.
The public center. And we see Rulian and Goramon there. Yeah, with a Pumpmon. So I'm like, oh my god, are we going to go through like almost all the episodes here? I was really getting worried. So, yeah. So there's these Rulian and Goramon. Hey, the others disappear. What happened? And they too disappear. And then he wakes up and there's a box of chocolate next to him. He reaches out and it disappears. And Espimon disappears. Oh no. I mean...
Oh, the tragedy.
Yeah. And yes. And now we get a more zoomed out view as he's confused.
In a city in a dome.
Like a dome, and...
Dome's being broken away at.
And devoured by Regulusmon.
Yeah, wasn't it? It's like Regulusmon. Ripping pieces of it off.
And we start to see his hand starting to disappear after
your more traditional deletion.
Yes. After he sees Bokomon again.
Yes. At some point.
And says Bokomon went on a journey. And then he sees himself starting to disappear. And we cut back outside.
Yes.
And Hiro's looking at him and like, oh no, the Digivice says he's getting colder. That's an interesting sign of the Digivice. I mean, it's showing like the heartbeat at times. Wouldn't you say like his heartbeat's getting slower, not colder? Well, whatever. Okay.
Regardless. But he's not showing any deletion here, but maybe that's because they're in the inner world?
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, they're in this galaxy dreamscape still. And Regulusmon is finally like, I'm taking my body back.
But you have a body.
But that's only in the inner world.
But again, it's kind of like a wizard did it. Anytime we say something that doesn't make any sense, we're just going to go, it's the inner world.
Oh, yes.
Because apparently people there know what the rules are there, because I ain't got a clue.
Mm-hmm. And we see him start to draw the data from Siriusmon. Looks like drawing it into himself. And Hiro is, understandably freaking out about this.
Yep.
And starts to look around. No, you can't do this. And suddenly, everything freezes. And we hear that mysterious voice that we've heard a couple times now. It says, I've slowed down time 1,000 times.
1,000th.
For you and Siriusmon. Only you can go and save him now. It's your partner Digimon, Bonds. Okay, yeah.
Fine, I'm more than willing to accept this.
That's fine.
If you take too long, you could also die and disappear too. And here, of course, I'll do it, but go in.
And
Into the inner
world,
world, I guess, is where we're going now.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
And
then we see Septicmon, because this is the dying place, right?
No, that makes sense. He'd be able to help out here, yeah. And so he's falling through shards of the realm because
the dome.
There's multiple Regulusmons.
Yeah, there's lots of Regulusmons shooting at this thing,
chomping at it, and he's descending down, and he finds Gamamon in a park.
Almost immediately in a park. Yep.
Yeah. I'm a shiny beacon. You find your partner. Okay, yeah, no problem.
Sure, why not? Hey, let's move this along. We got a lot to go.
Oh, we got a lot to get to.
There's a lot to talk about still.
So he comes through and is like, Gamamon, I'm here, Gamamon. Come on, let's go.
And realize a little hero, and then suddenly all these deletions gone, and he runs up to his arms, and he starts to float away again.
He's like,
come on. And then I go, come on, we've seen the previews, it can't be this simple.
Yeah.
Even though I kind of wish it was, so we get back to me.
Yeah. He's like, all right, come on, let's go home and eat some chocolate.
And Gamon's like, yes, I love chocolate. Then we can do some fishing. Oh, I'll catch lots of fish.
And then you promise to Kyoshiro.
Yes, I like Kyoshiro.
And he shoves him.
And then Hero pushes Gamamon away. Who are you? He calls chocolate champion. He calls fishes shinies. He kills Kyo. Even after all this freaking time.
We've had 67 episodes of this. We know.
We know he's not grown as a character at all.
Yeah.
You don't have to rub it in my face.
No. And a Regulusmon bursts out of Gamamon's. A little bit of body horror again if you slow it down. Look at some of the frames there.
Probably would be.
And so he was like, I hate the way Gamamon talks. At this point, yep. He needed to grow beyond that. Nope, never did. But where is the real one? Oh, I don't know. Probably gone.
Yeah,
I'm taking this all back.
Yep. And Hero's not pleased with this, and suddenly he.
And yeah, Regulusmon starts attacking him. He scratches his arm. There's a scratch on his cheek, and he starts to rear his tail back. Do the dead end. It's not skewer in this form. It's
not what's called in this form, but yeah.
But I know that one because Gulus has used it a couple times. And he's about to strike him, and we see on Gamamon the red band around his wrist glows. So does Hero's Digivice. So he calls across the dimension to him to summon him to. No,
here's the home space and time.
We don't do that either. But what we do get is more surprising as Siriusmon's gun and blade appear on Hero's arm.
Yes.
I mean, it's a dream world. You can get away with it. Inner world.
Yeah, you can do things like this, I guess.
So he slashes into Regulusmon. He just laughs and tells him, "You'll never find him. You'll never."
This version of Regulusmon kind of falls apart.
Yeah. But of course, he's able to look down and once again finds the sparkly and is able to find Gamamon. And yeah, he's like doesn't have any legs anymore. Most of his arms are gone. It looks bad.
It looks real good, yeah.
And he doesn't even seem to recognize Hero when he gets there.
Don't you recognize me? Kind of like, no. You're my little brother. Nothing. You're a little brother. Nothing. You're a little brother. Nothing. You're a little brother. Oh, okay.
And I wish that was much of an exaggeration, because that's pretty much what it is. Just repeat it over and over again until he says, okay. It's not like he used something that he learned about the inner world, or
he doesn't start reviewing the rules they talked about, or saying we don't promise to get you more champion or anything. No, it's just so basic, and it shows generally the creativity of the show. It's the easiest route, the simplest, most obvious, least creative routes usually. Don't worry, we're just getting started. This episode. But yeah, so eventually he says it enough times, and then that's enough, and he gets his body back, and starts to push back, and the dome's back, and then we're back outside. They're back in the inner world. Yeah, not the inner world, just the inner world. The outer inner world. Outer world? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's get this going there, Joe. Yeah. And so time seems to speed back up, and we see the data that was going into Regulusmon suddenly reverses and starts going back to Siriusmon. Yeah. And it fixes the hole. But the hole was already there when the data was being stolen. So why did that fix the hole? The power of friendship! Inner world. Because it's inner world. The inner world did it.
Yeah, that's it. The power of friendship. Because don't look at them, look at me. I am your opponent. Is what Seriousmon says as he comes back, and it's time. It's time to finish this.
Okay, how do you expect to beat him?
Yeah, he kicked your butts earlier. How is this possibly gonna happen? And he's only an ultimate. We know he has another stage he can probably go to here. So yeah, what is your big plan here?
That's kind of after headbutting each other for a while. He comes at him and turns back to Gamamon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It all makes sense now.
Yeah. After he told the others, this is just between us. Stay back. He doesn't tell the other two Megas there to help.
In any way, shape, or form.
This is just between us. Okay, why are you here?
Yeah, thanks for coming,
Thanks
Megas.
for coming, yeah. I'm so glad we got all three of you together. So yeah, he fights him. It reverts back to Gamamon in the middle of fighting a Beyond Mega.
Someone at least as strong as a Royal Knight. Yeah. Royal Knight level of power.
He goes to Gamamon to dodge a tail. Okay. And then, almost immediately after, goes to Battle Gamamon and punches him. A champion.
Okay.
But it actually seems to knock him back.
He seems at least feel it, yeah.
Yeah. After he took Grandel's soul.
Without too much trouble, yeah.
A champion's punch did it. And then he
brings the cost
in a tornado to dodge another thing. And
kind of headbutts him again. And again, it seems like do some damage. And he goes to Wenzen and shoots his cannons and just cracks his shield. Wenzen.
A champion.
How?
Through the bond, because...
Inner world.
Because his Digivice is glowing now. That's why.
Okay.
This is the power of our bond and our emotions. We will defeat you.
Because I really thought the bond got a lot stronger when he went into the inner world.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it changed at all.
No. I don't know what.
So then we get Kanoizmon, and he shoots Grand Nova. And this destroys Regulusmon's shield. How?
Because we're running out of time.
Inner world.
Inner world, yes. And then he finally goes to Seriousmon again.
Again! This is the third time in this fight.
Episodes.
He's gone to Seriousmon.
But this time, when Regulusmon attacks back, he clashes his tail with his swords, and both of them break.
Gonna break, yeah.
His swords break, but his tail also chips. And it's like digital energy left where his fists are.
Yes.
Like, oh no, his blades! Ha, you fool, you don't have a weapon. Take this! And he starts to charge up that Grand Trace again, that giant attack. Where Bloomlord's like, oh no, this is power overwhelming.
Yeah,
it's not quite.
The power's out of this world.
Yeah. Well, you are out of this world, so I don't know. You're in another world, so I don't know. But yeah,
he charges up, he throws it at Seriousmon. What's he going to do?
He throws off the training weights, I guess. Because he throws off the remainder of his guns just to be fists.
Bare-fisted.
And there's the stream of data to Hero, and he says, Planet Knuckle,
I think that's what it was.
And just charges straight through the attack to punch him in the face.
And this one hit is enough to digivolve him back to Gluz. At this point, Gluz kind of goes, okay, fine, let's have to take out the gloves, and digivolves. No, he doesn't.
No, he's a bit stunned by this, as am I, as the viewer.
How did you get this power now?
Yeah.
Inner world.
Bond and friendship, inner world. And so he's like, well, don't worry, in this world, it's devour or be devoured. I will stop you.
Before he sounds his attack, because he said it before.
Yeah.
At this point, he says, I'd let you join my army.
Yes.
And at this point, we get probably the scariest thing in this episode.
Yeah.
Because we get Seriousmon opens his mouth. He's got like shark teeth here. I mean, holy.
Oh, yeah, because he always talks about opening his mouth. The faceplate cracks open, and we see like spirits,
like his soul, come out of here,
coming out, and it's all of his forms,
ultimates and the champions and Gamamon, all looking pretty darn possessed.
Yeah, the spirits and come flying out at him in this white light, and he gets caught up in it in weird long shadows and pulled in.
And I'm what's going on here?
And Seriousmon just shuts his mouth.
Yeah. And then we cut to another inner dimension, but a different inner world, I think.
Yes. And Gulismon is there. I was
devoured? And he goes, really? He's like, seriously, man? You went to that far just to try to parody my words against me? Mm-hmm. And Gamamon just sits here with a smug smile on his face.
Yeah. Okay, rule number
and
one.
He goes, okay, fine, I guess it's my loss.
Yeah.
He'll go, rule number one. Rule number one was don't bite tablets, right?
Yeah.
It turns out that's not quite what he's referring to here, but
no.
We'll get back to that later.
But what are these rules? We don't know because
we'll get to it later.
they pull out.
Yeah, they cut away from this.
They cut away before that happens. And we're back on the island.
Which is named Lark.
Apparently. I'm not sure quite where people got that name, but...
Because it's on the official
Digimon,
the wiki,
yeah.
Encyclopedia. Nope. Hello, Black Atomon.
Hey, we'll be talking about you later.
Yes. It's on the official encyclopedia.
So
of course, everybody who's what would be a good place to put this?
In
anime that has the Lark in it.
Yep, because you will never hear that name this entire episode. And Bloomlordmon is there and is like...
Point the spirit in a while. And they're like, seriously, man?
Yeah. What happened to the Dark One? What's going on? Oh, don't worry. He's inside.
You've been taken care of.
But here, let me help.
Yep.
And just suddenly this huge stream of data starts coming out of him. And they're like, what? Oh, it's a medicine that Gulas made. Why would he make a medicine? When was he the type to do anything like that?
He had the time to do this.
Well, he had time being in Gamamon this whole time, but it didn't seem to be doing anything.
Well, he wanted to make this part now. So.
Yeah, so what?
And there's enough of this that it coats the entire digital world, but Gamamon is not bothered by this loss of data in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, yeah. He covers and reverts the entire world in 20 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, the Lion King would be disappointed, would be shocked of how fast his recovery happens.
Yeah. And so, this seems to please Bloomlordmon enough.
And yep, he says that is fine. My lord has given me permission to enter.
You may enter, yep.
You walk up
the gate.
A building, yeah.
And that's
door opens, and that's our commercial break.
Okay, so you have half an episode to explain a lot of
Everything
questions.
Else, yeah.
Well, let's get started on this.
Let's see how it does, yes.
Because there are some.
Yep. So we get introduced to this Lord, special being, whatever you want to call her.
Yeah. Quantumon is her name.
Quantumon. I was guessing Chronomon, Holy Mold. I was wrong.
Yeah, no. And as far as I can tell, I looked it up. This is her first.
But to sum it all, let's sum things up here real quick. Basically, overall, is what she has been doing to send Digimon to the human world is she wishes to collect data on the humans. Because she has run lots of simulations between the two worlds, and she's found very, very few of them happen that both worlds will survive them meeting, which will inevitably happen.
Yes. Billions and trillions of simulations. And why is it that it always seems to fail? Illogical human emotions, choices that they make. Well, it's not just humans that are illogical, lady.
Especially in this series.
Yeah. So, I mean, I get people make dumb mistakes.
Oh, yeah. Human power can be illogical, especially when the emotions run high. I do not deny this. But the fact that that's so foreign to Digimon, especially this series Digimon, seems a little hard to swallow.
Yeah, they've definitely had a lot of emotions and things like that. I mean, I thought the whole point of the season was, are you a Digimon or a human? That they're not that different. Yeah. But now, at the very end, you're saying they are
extremely different
in this. In more ways than this, too. We'll get to that as well. But yeah, so
and then she explains a little more how they're playing it through. She's saying that she posed as a programmer, was it, or something?
Developer.
To send programs to other humans, upgrade the great gates to send Digimon back.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just open another gate and bring them back?
Yeah.
Do they only go one way? Well, I'm very sure that's not the case.
No.
So why do you get other humans involved? How many humans have you got involved? Why have we never heard of these people?
And how is it still a secret if that many people know?
How have you not talked to Kyosho about this?
Yeah. Because she apparently talked to Hokoto and made the Digivice with him.
At some point she was going to say that they made the Digivice, yep.
Yeah, that's part of the working with the other people. Yeah.
And she was saying that the Digivice never expected a connection to get as strong as it did. So they actually introduced limiters at some point. Well, I'm guessing that is what the time limit for the ultimate form was?
I have no idea what else it is.
I can't guarantee that, but that's just my guess.
I don't know what else it would be.
Said, but not even that was strong enough to prevent the Mega Evolution. How wonderful and amazing, and what great data. Okay, fine with that.
Yeah. But did you not think these were the people that were going to save your world then? What? Then why?
What's the point of the Digivices if you're not really...
Yeah, really helping
then
them
why send
out.
why send all the Digimon if you're just collecting data of the Digivices? Isn't that what they're doing?
Yeah, it's how she knew the name of all three of them. They were she was tracking them through the Digivices because, well, she helped make them. So
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
And so after the Digimon had been in the human world for a while, how did they get back? Well, that's what Black Gaudamon's for.
And she just pushes a button and summons Black Gaudamon suddenly there.
That happens a lot.
Yeah. Those things just suddenly show up. And yeah, that was the whole purpose of Black Gaudamon was
to open gates and send Digimon back.
So Black Gaudamon really has nothing to do with that.
No correlation with that whatsoever.
But what? Okay, so she delivered Gamamon in the beginning to collect data on him, but then never collected him, or
yeah.
Okay. Of course, Gaudamon still says nothing to explain this.
Yeah.
Still remain completely mute.
There for a few seconds and walks off the screen, and we're done with her.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, that's it.
You expected something more from her? Yeah, I did.
And so as they're talking about this, but gates have been opening for a while now.
Yeah.
Well, why? Oh, well, when I sent them to collect the data, and Black Gaudamon would just bring them back. But they didn't even know what they were doing, that they were doing this. Oh, yeah, that's fine. And we start to get a little tension in the air as Hiro's like, wait, so they didn't even know. You're just using them as pawns.
Yeah, he's starting to get pretty darn upset by Hero standards.
Yeah, you didn't care for them. You're just using them as pawns. And she's
this one going, wait, does this sound like the final boss? You're going to attack
you Quantumon? Yeah. She slowly floats down.
Kind of thinks about it for a second.
Yes, but it was necessary.
At this point, Jellymon shows up and says, oh, I didn't mind it. And then Goramon pretty much says, yeah, I got to meet Ruli. It was all fine.
And all the tensions is
And
gone.
here goes, oh, you're right. Okay, don't worry about it. Well, okay, I guess she's gotten down to logical human emotions there, because
yeah.
that was quick.
And so as they're talking there, Gamamon's been cute sitting on her lap.
And this is when she actually mentions syncing and limiters. Doesn't really explain what syncing is.
Yeah.
Any more than just bond with your partner, but you could do it without your partner, so it isn't just a bond with your partner. It is something else, but
we will never know.
But it really means.
Never really get a good explanation for it. And as she's finally talking, Gamamon's sitting on the throne. His eyes open up, and they're the black of Gulas, and especially like Kyo's like, oh, that's not good. And suddenly, out of nowhere,
Out of thin air
appeared what we've been calling the generals. The Black Agumon, the Black Graumon, and a Black Gargomon. And aiming, pepper brass and the Gatling guns at him. And the blade. And it's like, oh, it's okay. Don't worry about them. These are ones I sent to monitor.
Gulas.
And they're immune to GRB. Wait, you have Digimon that are immune?
And you sent them away from the GRB.
Yeah. We're like studying them to try and do it. And honestly, if you look into the lore of Black Digitron, which is pretty darn similar to GRB.
This is what GRB is mostly considered made of. Because again, if you go to the Digimon Encyclopedia on the official site, under Regulusmon, because that GRB is mostly made from Black Digitron, and therefore Digimon who are made from it seem to be immune to its effects.
Right.
They have mixed in with them, so the black, these ones all do.
Yeah.
So by that logic, they might be immune to this. You know where you might want to mention this? In the anime where GRB shows up?
Yeah. Because it's literally a throwaway line of, yeah, they're immune, they were looking after them, they're not needed now, bye.
And that's
it. Walk off.
They won't, much like Black Island, they do not have a single line the entire series.
Yep. So glad we built up this through all of these episodes.
Okay, how else you would like to disappoint us?
Well, this next one isn't so much a disappointment, because it's actually kind of interesting. As Gulas finally starts to tell us a little more about who he is.
Yeah, even though it's defeated, doesn't mean my mission is done.
Yeah, oh, what?
And he explains to us that
you were just making an army, so what?
He explains I'm actually from another planet.
Which there are Digimon that are from different worlds, and some that are from different planets. They are two distinctly different things for some Digimon.
Yes. So I guess this is our explanation for why he has Beetle 4 champion forms and why he's so strong. Now, the other Digimon that's from another planet isn't nearly this strong, so...
Yeah. And this doesn't explain why why the Gammamon part came in.
We'll get into that more when Hokuto makes his appearance.
Oh yeah, he'll explain it.
Basically, what he says, the planet I was from was long since devoured by something called Endbringer, and it's on its way here. And Hero goes, oh, so that's why you're trying to create an invincible army to... So she puts a devoured Endbringer? That is cool!
Yeah!
Problem is, there's 6 minutes, counting credits, left in the entire series.
And you bring this up. So, oh my gosh, okay, what are you going to do? How are you going to quickly resolve this?
Is this hero going to see this problem and finally be okay with syncing with Gulas Gammamon, and then we'll see his mega form and he'll be able to defeat Endbringer? No, they ask when Endbringer's going to come, and Gulas comes approximately 2,000 years.
And the humans all sigh and
okay, we've got time.
And all the Digimon are like, oh my god, it's almost here!
Out. What's wrong with you? It's like practically on top of us.
They've never been that impatient compared to the humans.
And the Kyosho, I think it's Kyosho. How the Digimon can perceive time? It's been 67 episodes. This possibility has never even remotely been brought up.
No, is this
just some joke about lore of monsters in Japan I'm just missing?
I mean, I can understand Quartamon being confused by time, because she can control the flow of time, so she might have a warped sense of, time.
But even normally, Calm and Gormon is flipping out!
Yeah! And so Quartamon's quickly bringing over, like, oh my gosh, I gotta bring the Digimon back.
So you can open portals from the human world to digital world, from digital side.
Why did you need to make these? And Gatomon.
Look at all these other humans to make these portals.
Yeah.
Don't understand.
Was there just that many that you made? That seems even harder to believe. But yeah, we have to bring them back. A meeting of the worlds now would be disastrous.
Lady, I hate to break this to you, but a couple episodes ago, when you dumped almost the entire population of the digital world under the human world, I would call that a meeting.
The world's meeting, yeah. So she starts opening up all of these gates.
And Digimon generally are quite happy to come back.
And we start seeing into the human world of all of, well, definitely not all of the Digimon we're seeing, but there's Mummymon there helping out. We see some Betsumon actually helping some...
Yep, after some kind of accident happened.
Yeah, helping some people along. And as bad as generally it seems, the scenes we see at least are relatively calm and peaceable between the two. Which all the more is, why is she freaking out?
But then we see this portal, and Hokuto goes, oh, I guess it's time to go back.
Looks like the kids did it. Yeah. Hiro and his friends did it.
And Jinryamon finally asked the question we've all really been wondering.
Yeah. Hey, Hokuto, what was Gammamon like when you first met him?
We go, okay, so this is where we see he met Gulas. This is where he gets tricked into becoming Gammamon. This is how he knows to send him back the... No, he says, oh, when I first met him, we see him without the scarf. Basically getting in a fight with Pico Devamon.
Yeah, Devamon, Pico, whichever.
He says, well, when I first met him, he was ostracized and prickly.
So I sent him to be with Hiro, and that was the right choice.
But when you first saw him, he was not prickly at all.
In episode 1, yeah, he was biting on a can or something.
I'm Gammamon!
I'm cute! I'm little brother!
Yeah.
Kudo, I love you! Trying to jump in and hug him.
Well, what happened between that and him being the prickly one that Hokuto met and the Gammamon we saw in episode 1? It still doesn't explain how Gulas became Gammamon that we know either.
Yeah.
And we will not get an explanation for how this happens.
That's not, one of the major
things about the series.
Yeah. And I'm sure no humans would ever stumble through all these gates that we're opening around. No one could possibly get over there. Huh.
But anyway, we fit the Quatumon, and we get the... Okay, are you sure this is what you want to do? Connect the two worlds, and yeah, we can do it.
It has such a low chance of working. It's 1 in a billion chance, basically, I mean, not those exact words, but when she said all those simulations.
Yeah, it's pretty low percentage.
Yeah, for both Digimon and the humans.
It's like, okay, well, you've exceeded my expectations with the Digivices and everything, so give it a try.
You shall go forth and be the great leaders that will...
And again, be the bridges.
Be the bridges that brings up.
Again.
Yeah. And so...
Give it a try, and I kind of like this last couple minutes.
Yeah, I'm assuming there's a bit of a time jump here.
Yeah.
Where Hiro is making a speech.
Yeah, it looks like a UN kind of thing.
Yeah, and Gamamon's up on the podium with him, and Piximon and Uramon, I think, are there. And yeah, he's making a speech that, yes, these are Digimon. We'll work with them. Those of you who are willing and want to try and make this work, there's being a world being created by Quartamon, parallel between the two. Okay, you are a great being. You're creating a whole nother world?
Wait, you could create a whole nother world.
Why'd you send the Digimon there?
I mean, it takes years or whatever to do, and you couldn't. Okay. But if you have a pocket world that, if it screws up, okay, no big deal. Yeah. Everybody comes home, make another one, try again.
Yeah.
How is I mean, humans in the universe must hate each other. They fail in this many scenarios then.
Yeah.
But we get things like, we get to a hospital, and we have Mummymon walking along, shoulder to shoulder, side by side with human doctors.
Yep.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, he's just walking along with them. Airdramon is taking Kyo to Kenya, apparently. They're trying to go to an African conference there. Yeah. Like, we're not going to make it. Kenya is far. Yeah. He apparently gets over the Jellymon thing, even though he's gotten over it before.
Yeah, it was forgotten before, yeah. And when the hero's back at his after a long day, and he's opens up his computer, he goes, "Oh my God, there's so many emails." Mm-hmm. It's a nice little taste of what they'd actually have to go through to try and make all this work.
Yes, and finally, Hero talks to Kota, Nomura.
Oh yeah,
his friend, and
Kotaro,
says, like, "Yes, will you also be here to help? This will be a lot of work." Yeah. So he finally does. I mean, his dad had to tell him the truth, but finally he does open up and allow his friends to help.
Yep, and we have the flyer for, we want you to, are you willing to give us a chance, right, in New World? And Aoi and Mika are looking like they're very interested.
Yeah, I don't know if it's they're interested or they're helping Ruli make it.
Or they're working on making
I'm not sure. Yeah. I'm not sure which.
Then what's Hokuto doing this whole time? Well, he's run back to the digital world and running around with Terriermon on his head.
Yeah.
Are you in this series, Hokuto?
Yeah, what did you actually do?
Is your wife that miserable that you had to run back to the miserable world so fast before she found out you were back in the human world?
Yes. And Ruli's big contribution to all this, she's writing basically a national anthem. I hope she'd do a little more than that, but, you know.
And Endbringer is mentioned once, that'll be a problem for both worlds, but that's it.
Yeah. And to finally wrap up everything,
yes, the last thing we hear
is the ghost narrator saying the start that was for 64 episodes or however,
60 plus.
However many that it was. And it's like, oh cool, they'll give like a new twist to it, that things are better now.
The people call them, okay, so go
at least Digimon or
the future or
no,
cohorts.
Still hologram ghosts.
The last thing I heard was the thing I heard to ad nauseam I was sick of hearing.
Yep.
Who thought that was a good idea?
And
that's a good tagline for the series. Who thought that
was a good idea? And welcome to the horror season, everybody, where we have one of the happier endings in like all of Digimon. Because almost every season, not quite all, there's always the separation
at the end. Yeah,
there's always where it's broken apart and they go their separate ways because the worlds have to be separated or some reason. No,
not here.
No, not here. It seems like plenty of the other Digimon that were there before got to stick around. And it's not even just the partners. There's a bunch. And there's at least one human in the digital world.
Yes.
Maybe more. Who knows? But yeah. It's a better ending than I expected to get from Ghost Game, I'll be honest.
There's quite a...
Because they rapid fired and at least answered some things. I'm not entirely pleased with the answers, but at least...
Yeah, a lot of the answers were pretty annoying, but
at least they realized they needed something.
At least they gave me an answer on Black Automon. Well, she just puts people through gates.
Yeah, well...
Thanks, but at least he gave something.
Yeah, who are these generals? Oh, they're just...
There to watch them.
Did absolutely nothing, but they watched them.
Well, at least you mentioned them.
Yeah.
And like I said, the last couple of minutes where it's showing them trying to build a world, things they'll go through, so they have to go through the Digimon working side by side. I really liked that. That was nice.
Last 2 minutes or so, that really showed that, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be just happy ending out of nowhere. It will take work.
Yes.
Because that's all this season has been, is happy ending out of nowhere.
Pretty much.
Actually showing that they're actually taking initiative. They're doing something.
Yeah, these three actually taking initiative, which is something rarely did this series.
Yeah. And it's just such a shame that finally Ghost Game had things going for it. Finally plot was given to us.
The twist of Gulisman making an army to fight the Endbringer is nice. But again, 6 minutes left.
Yeah, and it's just done.
In the fight with Regulusman, he wins because we need to get
his friendship. Yeah, well,
because we have to.
Yeah. And I get Digimon can pull power out of bonds out of nowhere, but there was nothing that
really changed in their relationship.
There's no signature moment to make that happen.
I mean, you're inside their inner mind, their inner being. So you could understand, in Regulusman was there. So in theory, you could find something out about him that you could use against him, or find out why he's so powerful, and Gamamon having the same body could tap into some of this. No.
Things like that, or he could have learned there why he was doing this, and then could, more reason with him, and be like, oh, I understand now why you're doing this. We can make this work. No, just I'm stronger because.
Yeah. Find Endbringer, nice twist on this. Instead of last episode, I want to have an army to destroy everything.
Yeah.
Fighting something that destroyed I want an army to fight the thing that killed my people. It's a much better story.
Oh, yeah.
But that's enough, and we'll have a wrap-up of our overall thoughts.
Oh, yeah, we'll have a whole video about the season as a whole. We'll save some of that for then. But thank you all. If you've made it through all 67 episodes of these, I applaud you.
Thank you.
It was tough for us to make it through all 67 of these ourselves.
Thank you so much for watching a couple of adult men overanalyze the children's cartoons.
Ah, yes. A good use of our time is had by all.
Absolutely.
Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And remember, like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more Digimon content from us. Always, everyone. Be awesome. Till the next one, whatever that may be, take care. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.